Working with integrative medicine practitioners, I oftentimes see the same social media marketing mistake that really hamper a practitioner's effectiveness to get their message out in their community and build a tribe around their mission. And so in this video, I want to talk about the biggest social media marketing mistakes so that you can avoid them in the first place, but also that you can create more powerful, more impactful posts that really move the needle, that you can build your tribe faster, and ultimately that more patients initiate care with you. Now, please stay till the end because I have a special bonus, our free 5-day social media reboot that helps practitioners craft 30 days of share-worthy content, plus teaches practitioners in a step-by-step fashion how to avoid those biggest social media marketing mistakes. Now, to restate the obvious, marketing is nothing else as building relationship with the right people in your community that you can help. And for that to really bear fruit, two things need to happen. Number one, your prospects need to understand what they're doing right now is not giving them the desired results. And we know that to be true because if it were working, they wouldn't be looking for another provider, right? So we know something is not working and you have to illustrate in your marketing what that is, why it's not working, whether it's the provider team, whether it's their thinking about their disease or whatever else it is. And the second part is they need to recognize you as the alternative. And for them to actually consider you as an alternative, they have to see how you're different. Because if you're doing exactly the same thing as the provider that they have seen before, then why would they even partner with you, right? You're only doing the same thing as everyone else, which didn't work. So they need to see how you're different. And so that's true for all of the marketing, but especially true for social media. Which brings me to issue number one, that most practitioners post too broadly about topics that are not closely enough focused on their niche. And so what that means is that when your audience comes to your social media pages, they see you posting about everything under the sun, from nutrition to cognition to digestive health to autoimmunity to hormones. And yes, I know clinically everything is interrelated, but for your audience, you make it very hard to understand what kind of experts you are. They have a certain issue or a certain problem, and they're looking for an expert with a matching skill set. And so you have to make it easy for people to perceive you as the expert that you are, and that happens by you posting much more closely around your chosen content niche. That doesn't mean that you have to clinically curtail what you're doing, but from a content marketing perspective, you need to be seen as an expert in one specific area. Now, another big issue I see all the time is that social media posts are missing a call to action. And what you have to realize is that you do social media in order to get your audience to think differently about a topic, to revitalize their mind, and to have them take action, right? And so if you don't tell them what to do next at the end of a blog post, at the end of a social media post, then it's no wonder that your social media is not generating the desired impact. So there's actually two kinds of call to action that you can feature: an engagement call to action and a conversion type call to action. And in the social media reboot, we're going to go much deeper on those topics. So click the link below this video to learn more about that. Which brings me to issue number 3, and that is that most social media posts don't illuminate the problem. Remember what I said at the beginning. You have to illuminate what they've tried and why that's not working and why they should look for you. And so most posts that I see don't really illuminate the problem. They don't really go into the reasons why what they've trying so far hasn't worked, why it probably has never a chance of working, and why they should change course and what they need to know in order to change course, right? And so when you look at your social media posts, you have to really talk about, what is it that they don't know at this point that would make all the difference if they knew it, so that they can see you as the expert that can actually help them implement that new approach, right? And so again, in the social media reboot, we have a whole day dedicated to this particular topic, how to write impactful posts, and so be sure to check that out. Now, another big issue that I see all the time is not distributing your content broadly enough. And I know there's the conventional advice to limit your focus on one platform, and I don't disagree with this. You can focus on Instagram or Facebook if that's where your audience is. But I have to ask, if your success depends on more people discovering your content And what easier way than putting your content on more platforms so that depending on which platform people are on, they get to see your content, right? And if it takes you 1 or 2 or 3 more minutes to schedule something not only on Facebook, but also Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, and LinkedIn, why not do it? Again, I'm not saying that you have to constantly surf on LinkedIn and Twitter and Pinterest, but just put the content out there so that more people can discover it. And again, you could hire a team to help you with the scheduling part, so it's not even coming out of your time. And the 5th social media marketing mistake that I want to cover in this video is not boosting your organic social media content to new audiences. And what I mean by that is that a lot of practitioners are posting to their existing social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, etc. And that's all good. That's the foundation that needs to happen. But what about the people that are not following your profiles yet? And so what you need to do is to amplify exposure to your content to your target audience in a very geographically defined area. So let's say within a 10-mile radius of your practice to all the women 45 to 55 years of age. And so those are the people that need to see your content. They need to become your fan. They need to become a fan of your practice and ultimately become your patients. And so that is one of the things that we're covering in the social media reboot as well on day 5, how to use Facebook and Instagram ads to boost your existing social media content. And once you see how it's done, it's actually very easy. It's not complicated. And that's really the overarching reason for the social media reboot, that I wanted to provide integrative and naturopathic and functional medicine practitioners with the understanding of what they need to do in order to make their social media efforts much more effective. You know, it's almost doing root cause resolution of why things are not working so far and what you have to do instead in order to move the needle with your social media. So I hope you take me up on that offer and join us for the next social media reboot. The link is below this video. And just as a recap, you know, among the 5 issues that we discussed was number 1, posting too broadly about your topic and you have to narrow it down. Number 2, you have to create a call to action with each social media post. You know, I have a rule, no social media post ever travels without a call to action. Number 3, we talked about creating compelling social media posts that you have to illuminate the problem and you can't just prescribe band-aid prescriptions. Number 4, you need to distribute your content much more broadly so that more people get to see it. And finally, you have to boost your social media posts with paid social media so that more people that are not following you yet get to see your content. So I hope this was helpful. Please make sure to like or comment on this video. If you have questions, share it with a colleague that needs to hear this, and please help my mission of spreading this information as far as possible. Tell people about the social media reboot, and I'll see you in the next video.